Hello everyone. We have done most of the chapters and most of the poems. Today I'll be helping you out with Merchant of Venice. We'll just have a quick revision of Act 4, Scene 1. I've got many complaints that most of you are unable to understand few of the speeches. So let's do one thing. Let's go through it once. Okay, so Act 4, Scene 1, I'll read it. Make sure that you have your books with you so that you can understand what I'm reading and where I'm reading and how I'm explaining it. So Act 1, Scene 1 is Venice, a court of justice. Now understand one thing, this is one of the most important scenes and that is why I'm repeating the whole scene again for you. So understand here, Duke, what is Antonio here? So Duke is questioning whether Antonio is there in the court or not. Antonio, ready, so please your grace. Means Antonio, he was already there in the court and he was ready for the trial. Duke, I'm sorry for thee. So Duke is feeling sorry for Antonio. Thou art come to answer a stony adversary, an inhuman wretch, incapable of pity, void and empty from any dram of mercy. So Duke, he says that, Antonio, I feel sorry for you, that you have to come here, you have to answer a man who has a heart made of stone. And stony adversary is Shylock. So he's referring Shylock as a person who has got a heart made of stone and a person whose heart is completely empty. There's not even a single drop of mercy. Then he says here, Antonio, I have heard. Now Antonio says these lines to the Duke. He says, I have heard your grace had taken great pains to qualify his rebel's course. But since he stands obdurate, and that no lawful means can carry me out of his envy's reach, I do oppose my patience to his fury, and am armed to suffer with quietness of spirit the very tyranny and rage of his. So here Antonio tells the Duke that, I've heard a lot that you've taken great pains in trying to avoid these court proceedings. However, since Shylock is determined to have justice, there's no other way. Therefore, what I've done is I've calmed myself. I'm prepared. I have patience and I'm ready to suffer anything that is there. So Antonio has already given up hope of being saved. So he says here, I'm ready to face whatever the judgment is. Duke says here, go on and call the Jew into the court. So finally, Duke, he calls Shylock into the court. Cesario, he's ready at the door. He comes, my lord. So finally, who enters in? Shylock. Duke. Now, Duke, it's a court scene. Everyone is present in the court. Finally, Shylock has also arrived. So Duke here, he has this speech. He's talking to Shylock. Please listen it carefully. Make room. Now make room means make some space and let him stand before our face and let Shylock stand before our face. Shylock, the world thinks, and I think so too, that thou but leadest this fashion of thy malice to the last hour of act, and then it is thought, thou wilt show thy mercy and remorse more strange than is thy strange apparent cruelty. So he tells Shylock that, see Shylock, please make space, make some room for Shylock. Let him come and stand in front of our face so that we can talk to him. Then he tells Shylock that, Shylock, not only me, but the world thinks that this cruelty that you have on you, it is just an outward appearance. At the last hour of this court scene or trial, what you'll do is you'll take off this cruelty and you will show mercy towards Antonio. Then he says here, which is a pound of this poor merchant's flesh. So he feels that you'll not only show mercy, but you will not take any penalty from this poor merchant. Who was this poor merchant? Antonio. Thou wilt not only lose the forfeiture, but touched with human gentleness and love, forgive Amoeti. Of the principal, glancing an eye of pity on his losses, that have of late so hurdled on his back. So he says here, you'll not only give up the penalty, but what I believe, or we all believe, that you'll also give up the amount, some portion of the principal amount, after seeing how much he is in pain, or how he is actually facing losses. Then he says here, enough to press a royal merchant down. Means, I'm sure you've done whatever you could. That is enough to press a merchant down. Then he says here, and pluck commiseration of a state from brassy bosoms and rough hearts of flint. So he says here, see, we expect you to show mercy from your brassy bosom. Means a heart that is made of brass. So we are expecting you to show some mercy towards him. From stubborn Turks and Tartars, never trained to office of tender courtesy, will expect a gentle answer due. So he tells Shylock that, say Shylock, we are expecting a gentle answer from you.